Coming up on this edition of Out of the Blue from Middle Tennessee State University, we tell you about our actuarial science program in our College of Basic and Applied Sciences, which teaches students how to solve real problems in every industry. We recap MTSU's 2024 trip to the Grammys, the music industry's biggest night. 7 of our former students were recognized for their work. And we preview the True Blue Core, the redesign of MTSU's general education program. We discuss how it changes the foundation of the academic experience at our university. I'm Andrew Ottman, and this is Out of the Blue. Welcome to Out of the Blue. I'm Andrew Ottman. Our actuarial science program in the College of Basic and Applied Sciences teaches students how to solve real problems in every industry. Here to tell us about this growing program and the career possibilities in the field are Dr. Don Hong, our actuarial science director, and Jennifer Rohde, president-elect of the Actuarial Math Student Association. Don and Jennifer, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
It's your first time on the show for both of you, right?
Right.
Well, we're glad to have you here. So we've got to start with the burning question. Tell me exactly who and what an actuary is and what they do.
Actuarial science is a special discipline to use mathematics, statistics, and also techniques from computer science, data science, to measure the risks, and especially apply to the insurance industry and also financial investment. A lot of places, as long as the risk involves, they need actuaries to work on that.
I've a little bit of an advantage, and for my nephew is an actuary, and he worked in the insurance industry and then the healthcare industry, and those are all fields that get into this. So I want to find out how you found out about actuarial science and how you decided to major in that.
So I'm from Murfreesboro and I'm alumni from Riverdale High School. I was taking an AP statistics course there that Riverdale High School offered, and it was actually a psychology teacher there that realized I was in AP statistics and brought up that I should break into actuarial field and mentioned the great program that MTSU offered that was locally right here in Murfreesboro.
And here you were, in your own backyard.
Exactly, I had no idea.
And once you decided on that, what's been your biggest surprise in digging into this field?
I would say how important and how close actuaries play in roles in so many risk management decisions and risk forecasting in so many different industries. You usually think of insurance companies, but it goes beyond government regulations and just risk management, consulting. It's a huge industry, and the growth is incredible. 32% growth within the next 10 years is predicted in this sector, in this field. So it's just an incredible, exciting career field to be in right now.
Well, Don, you picked a very good representative of the program here. Tell us about your program, why studying it here at MTSU has been unique, and some recognition you've had.
We are proud to have those recognitions. The actuarial societies. Mainly, we have 2 major organizations. One is called the Casualty Actuarial Association, CAS for short. The other one is the Society of Actuaries, and that one even bigger. Both societies, especially right now, the CAS recognize MTSU as the gold level recognition school. And currently, in the entire world, only 15 schools. In the US, only 12 schools get recognized to the gold level. And the Society of Actuaries also granted MTSU a site visit to evaluate our application for the Center of Actuarial Excellence. And for the Center of Actuarial Excellence, CAE for short, entire world, only 40 schools. So MTSU hopefully will become one of those. So that's what we expected in the year of 2024. And another big thing will happen at MTSU in the summer, we are going to organize the 59th Actual Research Conference. So ARC 2024 will happen, on campus MTSU from July 18 to 20 on campus.
Well, that's terrific. Jennifer, you touched on this a little bit about the things that it's more than just the insurance companies these days and so many other things. Have you identified the career path that you want to take? Because you're a senior, right? You'll be graduating in
I'll be graduating in December.
December. Okay. Where do you think you're going to pursue your career as an actuary?
So one place I've really been looking into, and I've had some interview opportunities, actually the Tennessee Department of Insurance and Commerce is going to expand their actuarial role in the state, because previously they've been outsourcing actuarial work, and now they're actually looking at MTSU and asking for internships, interns from our students. So I'm really looking at that. There are a couple other consulting firms that are local that I've been looking into, and consulting would be a great avenue as well, because you get to touch on so many different sectors in the industry.
And that's been the thing that has impressed me the most about your profession, is that you said consulting, because this is really training people to take a deep dive at the numbers, right, and telling those stories. So Don, how important is that? Because it's more than just understanding math, it's understanding what the math tells you, right? So
as I mentioned, this is the key things, to measure the risk, control the risks. But the tool is quantitative way. So we need to have some kind of sign support those based on the skills to determine the risks, and of course another important thing the insurance people talk about, the business running point of view. Need to consider the results. Right, you got to have a bunch of money put ahead, for future possible losses. So that's why actuarial professionals they really control the results well, and that's the professional way to do it. So that's require a lot of quantitative way to determine those.
Jennifer, I want you to talk to all those kids at Riverdale that might be thinking about becoming an actuary. What advice do you have to them in high school and then coming to college? What courses, what studies, what put you on the path to success that you've enjoyed?
I think some of the biggest things in high school and jumping into the actuarial major here at MTSU, your mathematics is going to be very important. Your communication skills in actuarial. How can you take this quantitative data and learn all of this data analysis skills and tools that you have and actually communicate that to someone that's not an actuary or not. So communication is very important. Even now, programming, coding, that's very important. A lot of actuarial consulting firms, they have their own proprietary software that they develop. Actuaries actually develop and program that to use their own tools for their own consulting. So just there's a large skill set that can go into it, and you don't have to actually be excellent in all of them. If maybe you can complement a company in the communications area, or maybe you can complement a company in the data analytics, or just different areas of communication.
Well, that's fabulous. And so Don, you've got a growing program, you've got great jobs, you've got great students like Jennifer. How do I find out more about your program? Where do I go on the web?
mtsu.edu/ACSI.
Okay.
So that'll be our program website.
And that'll have all the information I need to know about the program.
Correct.
Don and Jennifer, thanks for joining us on the program. It's great to hear about your enrollment gains and all the wonderful opportunities in this field. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
And we'll be right back.
We do it. The stars come to Middle Tennessee State University, and students come here to become stars, no matter what they pursue. We do it. We're the only college of media and entertainment in the world, just outside the heart of Nashville.
Look, mic check, 1, 2, everybody listen. When you do it like this, ain't no competition. I'm talking B.I.G., VIP. Treat them like a front row seat and make them pay attention. If I shoot for the 3, then I ain't never missing. Cranking up the degrees like I was in the kitchen. Can't lose, got too much to prove. And when you do it all, it get too hard to do it.
Our curriculum and facilities are cutting edge, and our relationships with industry leaders give students an edge over the competition. Check it out. You can get real-world experience with degrees in recording industry, media arts, journalism and strategic media, and more. Media and entertainment at Middle Tennessee State University. Learn to shine.
Do you want more from your college experience? At Middle Tennessee State University, that's exactly what you get. More majors, more opportunities, more guaranteed scholarships. Up to $32,000 over 4 years. MTSU, Tennessee's University of Opportunities.
Welcome back to Out of the Blue. I'm Andrew Ottman. MTSU recently wrapped up its 2024 trip to the Grammys, the music industry's biggest night. Several of our former students were recognized for their work, and we celebrated the 50th anniversary of our recording industry program. Zoe Naylor, a student journalist from our School of Journalism and Strategic Media, was there and files this report.
Middle Tennessee State University alumni captured 8 Grammys on Sunday, February 4th during the 66th annual Grammy Awards ceremony in Los Angeles. Julian Baker, a 2019 English graduate, captured 3 Grammys out of 5 nominations as a member of Boy Genius, an indie supergroup with Phoebe Bridgers and Lucy Dacus. The group won Grammys for Best Rock Performance, Best Rock Song, and Best Alternative Music Album. It was also nominated for Record of the Year and Album of the Year. 2-time winner and alumnus Lecrae won 2 more Grammys for Best Contemporary Christian Music Performance/Song for Your Power, and also for Best Contemporary Christian Music Album for Church Clothes 4. Joining Lecrae in the Grammy win for Best Album is first-time winner Connor Back, a 2018 audio production graduate who earned a Grammy for his engineering work on Church Clothes 4 and earned a certificate for his engineering work on the song Your Power. Jason Hall, a 2000 recording industry graduate, and Jimmy Mansfield, a 2014 audio production graduate, won Grammys for engineering, mixing, and vocals work for Lainey Wilson's Bell Bottom Country, which won Best Country Album. Hall and Mansfield have been part of past Grammy nominations. While not singled out for a nomination this year, Josh Keir, a 1996 history graduate with a recording industry minor, was part of Wilson's Best Country Album nominated project, Bell Bottom Country, for his composing work for the song Watermelon Moonshine. Other MTSU alumni Grammy nominees for 2024 included 2-time winner Brandon Bell for his engineering work in the Best Americana Album and Best Bluegrass Album categories, 2-time winner Tony Castle as part of a Best Bluegrass Album nomination, Tay Keith, who was among the songwriters nominated for Best Rap Song, Randy Leroy for Best Historical Album, and Philip Smith, honored for engineering work in Best Americana Album category. MTSU alumni, former or current students, and faculty from across the university have been a part of more than 164 Grammy Award nominations in the last 2 decades. The number of MTSU-connected Grammy winners since 2001 currently stands at 23 people with a total of 47 Grammys, including 9 repeat recipients, in categories from classical to pop to rock to country to gospel. MTSU caught up with 3 of its 9 Grammy nominees on the day before the music industry's biggest night at a College of Media and Entertainment event. The university recognized alums Tay Keith and Brandon Bell at the Los Angeles event, where alumni, industry professionals, students, and faculty gathered to reconnect and wish the school's nominees well. President Sidney A. McPhee and Media and Entertainment Dean Beverly Keel also presented Baker with a certificate naming her an honorary professor of recording industry. Baker was up 5 nominations as a member of Boy Genius. And MTSU students hit the Grammy red carpet a bit early on that Friday as they worked the Recording Academy's Black Tie charitable fundraising event honoring legendary rocker John Bon Jovi as MusiCare's Person of the Year. President McPhee joined the 7 students from MTSU's College of Media and Entertainment to thank them for being part of the university's 9th trip to the music industry's biggest awards weekend. The students were accompanied by recording industry professors Odie Blackman and Denise Shackelford. They arrived in Southern California on the Wednesday before the Grammys. They toured recording studios, visited iconic music venues, and met with recording industry professionals. Here's a video of what they saw.
Hi guys, we're here with President McPhee at the annual benefit gala event, MusiCares. the charitable arm of the Grammy that gives back to the music community. This year's honoree is John Bon Jovi for his charitable work.
We're here at the Grammy Museum, where this year they're celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. Everybody from the Sugar Hill Gang to Kendrick Lamar. Let's take a look around.
We're at East West Studios here on Sunset Boulevard. The clients of the studio have received close to 200 Grammy nominations just right here. And some of the famous names you might know are Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra, U2, and that includes Phil Spector's famous Wall of Sound.
Reporting for Sidelines, MTSU's student news media source, I'm Zoe Naylor.
We do it. The stars come to Middle Tennessee State University, and students come here to become stars, no matter what they pursue. We do it all. We're the only college of media and entertainment in the world, just outside the heart of Nashville.
Look, mic check, 1, 2, everybody listen. When you do it like this, ain't no competition. I'm talking B.I.G., VIP. Treat them like a front row seat and make them pay attention. If I shoot for the 3, then I ain't never missing. Cranking up the degrees like I was in the kitchen. Can't lose, got too much to prove. And when you do it all, it get too hard to do.
Our curriculum and facilities are cutting edge, and our relationships with industry leaders give students an edge over the competition. Check it out. You can get real-world experience with degrees in recording industry, media arts, journalism and strategic media, and more. Media and entertainment at Middle Tennessee State University. Learn to shine.
The Jennings A. Jones College of Business at Middle Tennessee State University is the #1 producer of business talent in the greater Nashville area. Our nationally ranked programs and state-of-the-art facilities offer a world-class education at an affordable price. The exclusive partnership of Jones College with Dale Carnegie Training Worldwide equips our graduates with the soft skills they need to succeed. Jones College of Business. It delivers an education for the real world.
Welcome back to Out of the Blue. I'm Andrew Oppman. The True Blue Core is a redesign of the MTSU General Education requirements rolling out in the 2024 fall semester. This project was years in the making, and it focuses on teaching the skills that better prepare our students for a changing world. Here to tell us more is Dr. Susan Myers-Shirk, Director of MTSU General Education, and Dr. Ann McCullough, Chair of the university's General Education Committee, and both are from our College of Liberal Arts. Susan, Ann, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
First time on Out of the Blue.
Yes.
We're always excited for first-time guests because you're talking about something that's really historic. let's talk about the True Blue Core. What exactly is this thing we've all been talking about for all these months?
Right, the True Blue Core is our new general education curriculum about to launch with the 24-25 catalog. The first True Blue Core students will be enrolled in the summer. It's the general education requirement that every student in the university has to complete. It's 41 hours of lower division courses, that's the 1,000 and 2,000 level, and they fit together into a coherent program. And it's meant to give students breadth of knowledge and the skills they need to succeed academically and professionally. The new core, I want to say a word about the new core and how it's structured. I'm kind of excited about it. So it's two big sections. One is called foundational skills and one's called knowledge domains.
Right.
And those two categories are divided into 4 subcategories, and then students will select courses from an approved list. And we have new courses that we hadn't offered previously, and we have new student learning outcomes. And I know students roll their eyes when I say student learning outcomes, but I'm excited about them. And one of the reasons I'm excited about them is that we did a lot of market research, and we had a university-wide conversation about those outcomes. And the outcomes that we selected are the skills that employers say they want students to have when they graduate. And they are also the skills that professors want students to have when they go on to their major. So we felt like it was a win-win, and I'm really excited about the kind of value added for students.
It's an amazing achievement, and Anna, this is going to be tough to characterize in a short period of time, but this is not an easy feat, because this is really what makes every MTSU student consistent in their educational experience, right? When that means so many parts of our university had to come together, and you were kind of speaking as the chair of the General Ed Committee. You had to, this was not an easy path, right?
Not at all. And this has been a real marathon for Susan over the last several years. She's been establishing relationships across campus and providing opportunities for faculty and administrators to collaborate, to discuss our concerns, to discuss our vision of what we would like to, how we would like to contribute to the new core. And I think one of my favorite opportunities that was really helpful to me were the faculty learning communities, where faculty came together in groups and talked about what it is we'd like students to know and to be able to do when they leave MTSU with a degree, and then talk a lot about how our courses in the core can speak to each other. So we're echoing some of these most important points for students throughout their time in their general education courses.
So first of all, why is it necessary to revisit this core? Why is it necessary to revisit general education from a practical standpoint about the changing economy in the world?
Right. That's a question people have asked me. They're like, why can't we just keep what we have? And we can't. There's nothing wrong with what we have, except that we have, it does not necessarily address the contemporary situation. And so we wanted something that, we hadn't revised our core in decades. And so we wanted something that was responsive to students, that was distinctive to MTSU, that would give those students skills that were relevant to contemporary issues. And so to do that, we had to sit down and really sort of think this out. And one of the things that we set as a goal from the beginning was that the process would be collaborative and inclusive. And that was hard work, to build across the university community a conversation in which everyone was included and everyone felt that their voice was heard. I'm really impressed with our faculty, that they came together in the way that they did. And there were there's some rocky road along the way there. But MTSU faculty are to be commended for their commitment to this, because it was a 5-year process.
5 years,
Right? Yeah.
5 years, Anne.
Yeah.
So talk about, we believe in faculty governance and engagement. We want to have a collaborative decision. This was not from the mountaintop handed down from high. Everybody needed to weigh in, and I kind of mean everybody, right? I mean, how in the world did you bring this about?
Well, I think that, collaborate and inclusive is, absolutely what Susan, stuck by even on days where I'm sure she felt discouraged and thought, are we going to pull this off? But I think that what happened was a lot of faculty, myself included, met a lot of other faculty that we had not met before from other parts of campus and, living in other buildings. And perhaps we wouldn't have had an opportunity to encounter those folks if it hadn't been for this opportunity to rethink our core and to really rethink how we want to send students out into the world, communally. What am I going to offer that student, and what are you going to offer that student? And it really became not just the core, it really kind of renewed an attitude of having a collaborative process across the board, that when a student graduates, many faculty were involved in getting that student walking across the graduation stage. So I think it's really starting to revolutionize how faculty interact with each other. We got this kickstart of being reminded how important collaboration is.
Across disciplines and across colleges, yeah. And we involved students too. We did extensive surveying early on. We had a student advisory council, and there are 2 student representatives on the university Gen Ed committee, and they are voting members. So students participated in the sense that the vote to change our core that came in May of 22 was, there were students participating in that.
Wow.
So yeah.
The next logical thing is to ask is what's next? How do you go from this point forward?
One of the things that we did was establish a Center for the True Blue Core. And this was actually one of our faculty committee members suggested this. We established a Center for the True Blue Core that's going to oversee the process so that change can happen incrementally and we can be sort of immediately responsive over time instead of having to go through a major redesign process.
Right.
So the center will be responsible for kind of moving us forward in that way. And we have some exciting add-on projects that we're talking about. We are going to develop something called Blueprints, which are collections of courses that students can take. The courses are thematically related. Students can take that collection, it's called a blueprint, to navigate through the core, and we're trying to build those around student interests. We're still in the design process for that, so they won't launch until 25, but they involve faculty collaboration again. We bring faculty together to talk about how their courses connect. The other thing we're doing is we're adding study abroad to the core. So excited. Students are excited about that. When I talk to people on the True Blue tour, they're like, yes, this is something they really want to do. And then we're also working on a way to honor students with graduation cords and create core scholars. And so we think that'll help students to sort of think about how their core work is related to their major work.
Wow.
So we have some good stuff coming.
That's terrific. And I assume there's a website somewhere that people can check out and find out more?
Absolutely. mtsu.edu/truebluecore, all one word.
How could we forget about that? That is awesome. Well, Susan, Ann, thank you so very much for coming on the program and explaining this wonderful new innovation, the True Blue Core.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And this does wrap up this edition of Out of the Blue. A reminder, you can find news about the campus 24 hours a day by going to our website, mtsunews.com. You can also find additional special content on our social media platforms, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. Broadcasting from the Center for Educational Media, I'm Andrew Ottman. Stay safe, stay on course, and remain true blue.